September 26th has officially been declared as Batman Day. In honor of this, I wanted to have a special Batman month for the month of September. I'm going to have several different videos, from brief history videos to top 10s and so much more, along with a possible Let's Play or two. The special part of this Batman month is going to be a review of Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, which is perhaps the greatest Batman story ever written. Now, seeing as how The Dark Knight Returns is really long, I'm going to be splitting it up between the 4 books that individually make up The Dark Knight Returns. And I'm going to have one review out each Saturday, with the 4th and final review being up on September 26th, the official Batman Day. I'm also going to be doing a special giveaway for a copy of The Dark Knight Returns at the end of Batman month. I'll have more information on how to enter the giveaway along the way. I hope you'll enjoy this very much, and I hope this can be a Batman month truly worthy of The Dark Knight. Now then, let's go ahead and get started with reviewing the first book in The Dark Knight Returns. For those of you that don't know, The Dark Knight Returns is set in an alternate future where Bruce Wayne has retired from being Batman. Without Batman in his life, Bruce lives a sad and lonely life. The comic opens with Bruce in a car race. He's going faster than he should, and his computer system advises him to slow down. Bruce rips the wires out of the mainframe and is left unable to control the car. It spirals out of control, crashes, and explodes. Bruce says this would have been a good death, but not good enough. It turns out the millionaire bailed out at the last second and has only superficial burned. The comic transitions over to a news station reporting on the incident. The news then switches over and reports to crimes that the Mutants, a powerful gang that terrorizes Gotham, has committed, including sending multiple death threats to Commissioner James Gordon, who is going to retire soon. The reporter states that, coincidentally enough, it is the 10-year anniversary of the last Batman sighting, and that while many claim he was only a myth, he was indeed very real, and she hopes that wherever he is, he's enjoying a celebratory drink with friends. Bruce Wayne and Commissioner Gordon are out celebrating the 10-year anniversary of Batman's retirement, and the fact that he actually managed to survive retirement. Bruce states that Batman didn't survive retirement, but Bruce Wayne is alive and well. Bruce and Gordon reminisce about the good old days, but Bruce decides to leave when Gordon asks if Bruce has talked to Dick, along with mentioning Jason. As he heads off, Bruce thinks to himself about how his life is, and whether or not Batman has truly retired, if he got the revenge he wanted all those years ago. Bruce is about to be mugged by 2 members of the Mutants, but they decide to leave him, seeing as how he isn't scared of them, and he actually seems to be enjoying the mugging. Bruce says these mutants are different. The man that killed his parents wasn't a murderer. All he wanted was money, and he flinched when he pulled the trigger. But the mutants are a pure breed, and the world is theirs. The news reports on more atrocities committed by the mutants, and then transitions over to Arkham Home for the emotionally troubled. The doctors there pass by the Joker, who has been comatose ever since Batman's disappearance. Without Batman, there is no reason for the Joker. Harvey Dent, also known as Two-Face, is undergoing a surgery to replace his face. He is doubtful that they will be able to fix him, since he was claimed incurable, and Commissioner Gordon doubts his rehabilitation. The doctors assure him everything is going to be fine, and they remove the bandages, revealing Dent with a fixed face. The news reports on Dent's surgery and rehabilitation, while also going through his time as Two-Face. Dent claims he does not want to ask Gotham to forgive his crime. He will work hard and earn back the trust of the city and the people. Bruce Wayne, who funded Dent's treatment, claims that despite Gordon not believing in Dent, he feels they all must believe in Harvey Dent, and they must believe that no matter what, we can all defeat our own personal demons. That night, Bruce is having trouble sleeping. He dreams of when he was young and he fell into a hole. There, he landed in a cave filled with bats. At first, he was scared, but he soon realized they were claiming him as one of their own. That was the first time he saw the Batcave. Back when it was empty. Back when it was silent. Bruce wakes up to see how he had been sleepwalking and arrived at the Batcave. Alfred shows up, saying Bruce set off the alarm, and tells Bruce his sleepwalking is really starting to become a problem. Bruce apologizes, and they head back to the manor when Alfred notices Bruce has shaved his mustache off in his sleep. The next morning, Harvey Dent has mysteriously disappeared, with Gordon issuing an APB out for him. Dent is shown with his face completely wrapped in bandages, and his coin once again scratched out. That night, Bruce is watching TV with Alfred. Alfred hopes to him that the next generation of the Wayne family does more than simply stare at an empty wine cellar all day. Bruce dismisses Alfred, wanting to be alone. The next thing on is The Mark of Zorro, the movie Bruce went to see with his parents the night they were killed. Bruce claims there's no harm in simply watching a movie, but he starts to think back to his time as Batman. And more importantly, he starts to think back to the night his parents were killed. The night Bruce Wayne died. The night Batman was born. The night everything changed. Bruce quickly changes the channel. However, the only thing else on is news about the mutants and their crimes. everything they've committed, all the atrocities, the horrors they've done. Bruce is guilt-ridden because he has not done anything to stop the mutants. He failed his city. He couldn't protect them. They're suffering because he's not around. After all of this, a bat flies in, breaking the window, and Bruce embraces the truth. Elsewhere, a young woman is carrying groceries while it's raining. She's about to be mugged when she is suddenly saved. The criminals run to a taxi to escape, but their attacker lands on the roof. He grabs them and forces them out. Elsewhere, two young girls, Michelle and Carrie, cut through the arcade in order to get home and escape from the rain. As they are walking through the arcade, all the lights turn off. Michelle is very scared, but Carrie manages to stay calm. They are almost out of the arcade when members of the mutant gang arrive. They are saved when a mysterious figure attacks the mutants. Michelle and Carrie manage to make it out alive. The news and the police are all over the news of the attack on these crimes. The person that saved all these people was none other than Batman. The Dark Knight had returned. All the people Batman saved were interviewed, each with their own version of what happened. Batman gets into his Batmobile and rushes over to a construction site. Batman sneaks around the area, planning out how he's going to take care of the situation. But due to his age and his years off, he isn't as stealthy as he used to be, and is noticed by the criminals. Even they know things are different, since he didn't used to make sounds. Batman manages to take care of the people there, and proceeds to interrogate them the only way he knows how to, with brute force. The cops arrive, and a rookie member attempts to arrest Batman. An older police officer tells the rookie not to make Batman lose his patience, and orders him back to the car. He welcomes Batman back, saying the last time he had seen him, he was only a rookie. Batman tells the officer that him and Gordon need to talk, and disappears before the officer can ask how to contact him. Back at Arkham Home for the emotionally troubled, the news of Batman's return reaches the Joker, and for the first time in forever, he smiles, and begins to come out of his comatose state. The news is debating on the return of Batman, and whether or not it is a good thing, as well as the impact Batman has on society. There's one side that believes Batman is a help, an inspiration to fight back and reclaim Gotham from mutants, a spirit to take back their city, fight back, defend themselves. Whereas the other side thinks that he's a criminal, a terrible role model that will negatively influence society. It will ruin their children. It will change Gotham for the worse. Gordon is dealing with the criminal Batman interrogated and is having trouble cleaning up his mess. Alfred is giving Bruce a massage while advising him not to go out anymore. He's too old and at this point is simply seeking death. The mysterious leader of the mutant gang sends out a message, saying Gotham is theirs. No one will take it from him. They will kill Batman along with the old man Gordon. Batman arrives at the commissioner's office and finishes the interrogation. One of the girls that Batman saved earlier, Carrie Kelly, is in her room, while her parents, who are protesting hippies, complain about how things are. She looks into the sky and sees the bat signal. Batman and Gordon talk and are discussing what they are going to do about Dent. Meanwhile, Joker, who seems to have completely recovered from his comatose state, is meeting with one of his old henchmen. He's also smoking, 'cause I guess you can do that in an insane asylum. Joker starts to make a plan on how to get his long-awaited revenge on Batman. Batman heads off for his final confrontation with Dent. He takes with him and uses a rifle to get across to Dent's hideout. Now, I know the idea of Batman using a gun isn't something a lot of people enjoy seeing as how it was a gun that took away his parents and he doesn't want to stoop down to their level, but I'm going to cut him some slack here, seeing as how he isn't using the rifle on a person, but on an object. Not to mention he has a lack of practice and he's in a much larger age, so he doesn't have that many options left. Using the rifle to shoot a line between the building he's on and the helicopter Dent's on, he rushes over to reach the helicopter. Batman falls, but is able to take Dent with him. They both crash into a nearby building. Batman manages to take Dent down, and Dent exclaims, "The scars go far deep. They can't be fixed." But at least now, both sides finally match. Bruce realizes Dent is nothing more than a reflection of himself. No matter how hard they try, they can't defeat their own demons. They can never change. Harvey Dent will always be Two-Face, and Bruce Wayne will always be Batman. The first book ends with Batman flying off into the night. So, usually this is the point in my review where I analyze the story, I go through character development, interesting plot points and ideas, and create an overall analysis along with a final score out of 10. But I'm going to wait until I finish all 4 books of Dark Knight Returns for this, because to be honest, I don't see this as 4 individual stories. It's one complete story, and can only be judged as one story. There's one analysis, and there's one score. The only reason I'm separating the review into these 4 separate books is because of the fact that a review for the entire story would be far too long. Not to mention splitting it into 4 different videos sort of helps create a feel for Batman Month. You start with Batman and you end with Batman. But just so you're not left empty-handed At the end of each book, I will go ahead and just say a few points I found personally interesting without going in-depth into character analysis and character development and stuff like that. Now, personally, I feel that one of the reasons Bruce goes back to being Batman is because he feels he doesn't deserve a simple death. At the beginning, he could have died in that car explosion, but he said so himself. That would have been a good death, but not good enough. Alfred says so himself. Bruce is seeking death. He's a suicidal maniac at this point. I also find the parallel between Dent and Bruce interesting. They're both struggling to move on, despite that whatever happens, they can't change who they are. Harvey Dent is Two-Face, and Bruce Wayne is Batman. I hope you guys enjoyed the news parts, because trust me, there's plenty more of that to come. Frank Miller is a huge fan of political and social satire in his stories, so you'll be seeing a lot of the news sections, especially in Book 3, I believe it is where the most is. As I said before, Batman with a gun is something that a lot of people can't stand seeing, but as long as he isn't killing with it, I don't see the problem. He didn't even use it to shoot bullets, he used it to make a rope line. I don't get why people complain about that. Whatever, that's all I really gotta say about this one. It's really just the introduction, so there's not much to say in terms of story-wise. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's kind of different from the usual way I do my reviews, but I just feel this is the best way I can present it. Let me know what you thought of the first book, and if you've already read the entire story, let me know what you think of The Dark Knight Returns in general. Just try not to spoil anything for those of you who haven't read the entire Dark Knight Returns. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm really looking forward to this Batman month, so I hope you guys are too. I'm going to try to make this as best as possible. Also, like I said at the end of Batman month, I'm going to be giving away a copy of The Dark Knight Returns. I don't have all the details for that planned out yet, but I'm going to be doing it, so just stay tuned. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Let me know what you thought, and I'll see you all next time. Happy Batman month!